So have you ever thought about what happens to what you flush down the toilet? I know this may seem like a gross topic and nasty, whatever you want to say, but I believe it's something that a lot of people don't know about or don't really fully understand or even care to understand. But if you're going to be a future homeowner, you really want to understand how these systems work. First, you have a septic system. These are just waste systems that are in more rural places, not easily accessible by road or something like that. Most of the newer houses that are within city limits are on sewer, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this is basically your own system. It is on your land. Your tank is yours. Your drain field is yours. Everything's yours. These systems need to be pumped out and cleaned every 4 to 7 years, depending on how many people are in the house or whatever their water usage is. That's a big factor in it. But the waste comes out of the house and fills the tank with water and solids and toilet paper or whatever, and those solids stay in the tank while the water rises up and goes out of the back of the tank into your drain field. And then there's 2 baffles inside the tank that kind of go around the inlet and outlet pipes, and those keep trash from going out into your drain field and clogging it up, and then leaving you pretty much having to spend more money on your system. But these septic systems are normally about 1,000 gallons. The tanks are. You can get bigger tanks that are 1,500 gallons if it's a 5 bedroom house or something, just something really large. But you could either have that, you could have 2 tanks, you could have a tank with a lift station where you have to pump the waste somewhere else for it to be drained if you have like a small yard or something like that. It just depends on the type of yard and the soil. And normally you'll have 100+ foot of drain field. Normally the systems we put in are probably 80 to 100 foot. That's the general system size. And then you have city sewer systems. Now these are waste systems that are mostly owned by the county, and the only thing that you own with this system is the inlet pipe coming from your house through your yard and to the sewer line where you tap into the sewer. You got to pay to tap into the sewer. I believe it's like $1,700 or something. It's kind of ridiculous. But that $1,700 lets you tie into that, but that $1,700 fee is just for you to be able to tie into the sewer. You still have to pay a contractor to come out and tie into the sewer and do all that, so you end up spending a lot of money, but you don't have to worry about if your drain field messes up, you got to dig up your yard and stuff like that. Just kind of a plus side to it, but it's basically just preference, whatever somebody prefers. These systems are newer systems, like in newer neighborhoods like Hunters Crossing, the neighborhood right there beside the Dollar General on number 1. The neighborhood behind that, that's all sewer. All this waste normally runs alongside roads and these large sewer pipes, and these sewer lines run to lift stations, and they pump it towards the wastewater treatment center. Now you're probably thinking, where does all this stuff go? After a tank's pumped out, or after I flush the toilet and my waste goes down into the sewer, where does it all go? Where does it collect at? Well, they all go to a wastewater treatment center. The septic and sewer water is all treated the same way. It's seen the same. It's all waste. It's all treated at the treatment center. Like there's one on Longtown Road in Lugoff. I know there's one in Camden. There's a couple in Elgin. And they treat the water. They go through different filtration areas. Tons of different treatment areas, add chemicals to it, and then actually it's pumped back out into the Wateree River. Yes, it's pumped into the river. Pretty nasty, but they say once they're done with all the treatments and all, it's pretty much drinkable, but I'm not going to be the one to test it out. But well, there you go. I hope you learned something about the septic systems and sewer systems, and you'll be an educated future homeowner.